Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, I am going to do a series of videos from the quadratic formula packet that I gave you. I told you that I was going to do a few questions from there, so I am. And here are the questions that I'm going to do. I'm going to do the questions from page 1, page 3, page 6, page 11, page 12, page 15, page 19, and page 20. So that is 8 questions that I'm going to do and show you how to answer these. But I'm going to start with page number 1, and I'm going to do a video per page. So hopefully these won't be too long, and also hopefully these will be helpful for you. So let's go. Let me start by doing this. What I gave you in class was I gave you a graphical organizer that's going to help you learn how to use the quadratic formula. This is the quadratic formula right here. And what we're going to be doing in each case is that we're going to take some numbers and we're going to plug them in, and then we're going to calculate what the 2 roots are, or 1 root, or whatever we are doing. So let's go and let me show you how we're going to use this. So very first thing that you see, we got a quadratic. It says using the quadratic formula, solve 3x squared minus 2x minus 6 equals 0 for all values of x. One of the things that you should know is anytime they say for all values, they're basically saying this question, this equation is going to have more than one solution. So be careful, make sure you find them. The other thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to round our answers to the nearest hundred. So what that's telling you is that our answers are going to have decimals in them. And so those are 2 things just reading this question that you should be anticipating. You should be anticipating decimals. You should also be anticipating at least 1 solution, probably 2. Now, having said that, we're going to use this graphical organizer, and I'm going to show you how to do it. We're just going to take the equation and we're going to write it down here. So this is going to be 3x squared minus 2x minus 6 equals 0. So I just rewrote the equation. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take the coefficients and you're going to put those in the A, B, and C box. So the leading coefficient is the A term, so this is going to be 3. It's not 3x squared. The leading coefficient is 3. The coefficient of the x term is going to be a -2, which is this one, that's B. And then C is just going to be the constant. So it's going to be a -6. So these values are basically what we're going to be using to solve this quadratic equation. Now that we've got those values, we're going to plug those values into this quadratic formula. So wherever you see the letter B, you're going to replace it with a -2. Wherever you see the letter A, you're going to replace it with 3. And wherever you see the letter C, you're going to replace it with a -6. So that's what we're going to do here. So down here, this is the B term. So this is going to be a -2. This is also the B term. This is going to be a -2. The A term is 3. The C term is a -6. And then down here we have an A term, so I'm going to put 3 down here. Now, you have to, in order to get full credit and show the people who are grading the exam that you know how to use a quadratic formula, that's what you have to write. A -2 plus or minus the square root of a -2 squared minus 4 times 3 times a -6. Make sure when you write this, you include those parentheses. That's important. And then we're going to go 2 times 3. So that is, if you do this, you got 1 point. Now we just got to find the 2 roots. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use a calculator to do that. So let me go get the calculator. First thing you're going to do is go to the main calculator screen. And what I'm going to do is I am going to take these values, 3, a -2, and a -6, and I'm going to store them into these letters. So let's do that. So the A value is 3. So I'm going to store that into the letter A. The -2, I'm going to store into B. And then a -6, I'm going to store into C. Boom. Now, once I've got these stored, I'm just going to key in the quadratic formula. I'm going to key this in right here with those letters, and then I'm going to press enter, and it's going to calculate it for us. Let me show you. So now I know I'm going to have a fraction, so I'm going to do control divide, and then I'm going to just key in the quadratic formula. So a -b plus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a and times c. Now, I want to make sure that everyone gets this. When you put this AC, you have to put a multiplication between them, because otherwise, if you notice, the AC, it's not bolded. You see the B's over here, they're bolded, which is indicating that you stored a number, but the reason that the A and the C are not bolded is the calculator thinks that you're trying to create a new variable called the AC variable. And that's not what we're trying to do. We're actually doing multiplication. So you've got to put the explicit multiplication sign between the A and the C. And notice they both immediately became bolded. And then down here, to complete the formula, you're just going to put 2A. Now, once you've done this, press enter. And the calculator is going to go take these values and plug them in for you. So the answer for this is 1.786299, so on. Now we're supposed to round this to the hundredths place. So we're going to go to the hundredths place, which has the 8 in it. We look to the number to the right. If this number is greater than 5, and it is, so 5 and above, you give it a shove. So we're going to add 1 to the 8. So our answer is going to be X1 equals $1.79. That's what this would be rounded. Now notice this. Once you've keyed this formula in, you can keep reusing it for the rest of the problems that you're doing. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go copy this, and all you have to do is just highlight it and then press enter, and now you can edit. I'm going to get rid of this plus sign, and I'm going to make it a minus sign, because this is going to give me the other root. It's going to give me the other solution. So now all I do is press enter, and that's our other solution. Again, this 1 right here is in the hundredths place. Look to the right, we got a 9, so that's higher than 5. So we're going to give this number a shove. So it's going to be X2 equals a $-1.12. And here are our answers. So if we put the quadratic formula with the A, B, and C terms plugged in, like this with parentheses, and then if we put these two solutions, we get full credit. And it's not too bad. I think everyone or most of you should be able to do this, and you should be able to get these completely right. So that's the first one, and I'm going to stop this and post it.